hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What is going on, YouTube? So today I'm going to be doing my second episode review of Young, Famous, and African. Before I get started, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about this series and this episode in general. So y'all, this series is actually really, really good. Like, it's so funny. I'm like I said, I'm on like the third episode. But like I want to continue watching it, but of course every episode I'm stopping to review it so that way you guys can know what I thought about the episode or whatever. I know it's not a lot of you guys watching it, but if you guys haven't checked it out, please go on Netflix and check it out. This is the type of show that I feel like would end up on Bravo or like VH1 because the content is there. You feel me? The production is there. The richness is there. So it starts off with Zinnie B. So Zinnie B is like the Melody Hope of Young, Famous, and African because she kind of carries the storylines through. She's like the storyteller or whatever. She, like even at one point she was just like, now that I'm done with Annie, I'm going to see the next girl on Diamond's list, Zara. Like stuff like that. Like she's the you feel me? Like she's the storyline passer longer. She's like the head beat in charge. So she starts the episode kind of starts off with her meeting up. We see in this episode she meets up with her daughter, right? So when she meets up with her daughter, she's just like, be honest with me. Am I a bad mother? Am I a bad mother? Tell me, what does a normal parent do? Does a normal parent do what I do? I know my parenting styles are a little bit, awkward. But how is my parent styling? Like, it was a little cringe for me because you shouldn't be asking your daughter if you're a good mom. Like, if you're a good mom, don't even question that shit. I know she's doing it for like TV and everything like that, but it's like it was a little cringy because what's the daughter gonna say? No, mother, you are a bad mother. You do not take care of me and you neglect me every day, Mizini. Like she wasn't gonna say that, you feel me? So of course she was just like, of course, mom, you are a good mother. Your mothering skills is a little bit, awkward, but you are a good mother and everything. And mind you, that she walked into the girl's apartment. I said, this girl living good, girl. You're own apartment. You got nobody really tell you what to do. Zinnie B be out and about with her friends, so you got nobody hover over you to, figure out where you going, ask you where you going. Like, girl, you just hopping out. Like, you feel me? Like, you can do it. But that can end up bad because if she's not a responsible enough child, she could really, really abuse it and sort of like take advantage and do whatever she wants. But she doesn't seem like the type that would do that, in my opinion. So we see the guys or whatever meet up at the golf course, and you got Diamond, Alandi, and what's his name, and Naked DJ. So they're all talking about their women's problems or whatever. This is my thing with Diamond. Diamond reminds me of one of them Africans that be coming to Florida, that be coming to Atlanta, that be spoiling these girls, buying them cars, purses, and everything like that, just so they could get some hoo-ha, like spoiling them, just so they could get some hoo-ha in exchange. Because he very much gives that type of African like a lot. Like he gives that like to the T. It's kind of like weird because it's like you hear about this all the time that those type of dudes coming to Africa, coming to Atlanta, like spoiling them. You know, the guy that bought Kenya the Rolls Royce, the guy that was taking care of Portia all those years before she got with Simon, that we didn't really know who he was, like little stuff like that, and just from regular people in Atlanta too. So it's like you seeing it in flesh. It's like, wow, it really does exist. It's not a myth. It's not a myth. So Diamond's going about like all the women troubles he's having and how he has like a crush on Nadia, blase, blase, blase. Mind you, we end up meeting his baby mom, you feel me, the head of the house, to be honest, later on in the episode. So in this episode, also the dynamics of the girls, they get to kind of know each other a little bit more. So with Kaylee, Nadia, and Kenyi, they start to like get to know each other more. They go to the mall or whatever, and Nadia's just like, Kaylee's not the type of girl that I thought that she was. I thought when I first see her that she was timid, but she's very strong. She's very strong. She's headstrong. She tells you how she feels, and she is a powerful woman. So they all start to like hang out and everything like that. And they asked Kaylee about her relationship with DJ Naked or whatever. Their relationship, to me, I feel like they're going to be the first to not last because of the series. I don't think he's in love with her like that, and I think it's because of the age gap. That age gap is too big. He probably sees her as like a daughter. I know it's kind of nasty. A daughter that he could possibly sleep with, or like a younger figure that he kind of is molding. Like it's just weird. Like I just don't see them together. It don't seem like she's really that into him either. I feel like she's low-key with him because of the benefits that she could get from him. And then he's with her because she looks good. And when he brings her out in public, you know how, and Diamond said this in this episode too. African men, they love that trophy wife. They love the Porsche. You bring them out in public, they catch all the attention. They get all the flowers. You know, Justin said, "Give me my flowers." They get all the flowers. They get all the recognition. They get, oh my God, the licks and the stares because they look good. They're in shape. They're pretty. So that's why Diamond has, I mean, not Diamond, DJ Naked has, I think, Kaylee around, is because she's that typical trophy wife. She's gonna be obedient. I don't ever see her being like, "No, DJ Naked, I'm not going to wear that dress." Like if DJ Naked was like, "You need to wear that black dress over the gold dress, okay? Pick that black dress over the gold dress." Kelly's gonna be like, "Okay, DJ Naked." Like she's just gonna agree. She just seems the type to be like obedient to him or whatever. So, and Kenya, by the way, is so tacky because during this whole time they get to know each other, Kenya's just like, "How long have you been with DJ Naked?" And then Kelly's just like, "A year," and then she's just like, "Oh, you should have a baby by now. It's been a year and a half. You don't have a baby. Oh, you guys are on protection, Magnum. Oh." Like I'm just like, you tacky yourself. Why you asking this girl if they using protection? Obviously, they must be using that or Plan B because they don't got no baby. Like, duh, it's common sense. But that's what we love Kenya for. Like, she to me is hilarious. Like, she's tacky enough to where like she's the Nene of the show and stuff like that, like the head being charged, but she doesn't like let it get to her head. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, she's still playful with it and sort of interacts with all of the cast at once without being like, "Oh, I don't mess with this person. I'm not gonna talk to you." Like her even meeting up with Annie, which I'm gonna get to, that shows like she's mature enough to just talk through stuff and doesn't really give a crap about it because she's rich. Like the hell. So they keep showing the guys at the golf course, and Naked talks about how Kaylee feels like she doesn't show enough affection. He's just like, "You tell me I work so hard, and then when I try to make love to you, you tell me I don't give you affection and I don't show you love. It doesn't make any sense to me." And I'm just like, yeah, because you're not that into her. She is a trophy wife. She's there for show. That's what I think. She's just there for show. So then they show Nadia and Diamond, right? Going car shopping. And y'all, they got the nicest cars. It remind me, if anybody in the watching lives in Swap Shop, I mean lives in Swap Shop, lives in Florida, y'all know Swap Shop, right? I know how Swap Shop has this little area in Florida, where they have like these little, it's like this car room. Like you see this little car room or whatever, where they have like cars and stuff on display. That's what it gave me. It gave me very much like Swap Shop cars on display type vibe. So I was like, it kind of brought me back over because I used to look over there. So they start looking for a car, whatever, because Diamond started looking for a car. And the reason why he even invited Nadia out is because he wanted her to help pick it out. And I guess that's his way of showing like, "Hey, I got it like that," which we all know, Diamond, you're a spoiler African. A spoiler African to me is a African that comes to the Americas and spoils girls in exchange for sex. That to me is a spoiler African. So like we know you're a spoiler African. Like he went over there, whatever, started like giving them, started looking at the cars or whatever. He's flirting with her. So then she was just like, "What can I call you by? What is your real name? I'm not going to keep calling you Diamond." And then he's just like, "My name is Nasai, Nasir is Nasai," something like that. And then he's just like, "Oh, Nasai, or you could call me Nikki Boo Boo or something." He said Nikki Boo Boo or something like that. He was like, "Oh, Nikki Boo Boo," because my name was Nikai Kai Boo Boo. Like they had like a similar nickname or something like that, right? So they just kept getting to know each other and stuff. And it looked all nice until later on in the episode when we meet the baby moms, right? So then after that happens, Diamond's inviting everybody to his own Arabic like nights or whatever party, right? So before that, we end up meeting Zari. And before we meet Zari, Annie and Kane B end up linking up. So Ari and Kane B end up linking up in not Ari, Annie. Annie and Zanebi start meeting up. So they start talking about her daughter situation. So then Kanabi was like, she was just like, I'm going to sit down quick before you start calling me a bad mother. Before you start calling me a bad mother. And then she was just like, why do you think that I'm such a bad mother? Tell me, why do you think I'm such a bad mother? So then Annie's just like, the reason why some of the things that you were saying like last night, some of the things that you were talking about and speaking of with your daughter and her living alone, I don't think that's okay. So Zany B got Annie though, because she was just like, you calling me a bad mother, but you left your children. Your children are not even with you. My daughter is next door. I can go to her house next door. She's next door. I was like, bruh, that was comedic because she got her on that, because it's like, you can't really say she a bad mother or whatever. The daughter might be living on her own, but she's right next door. You left your daughter to go to a whole other country, even though she's still with the grandparents and stuff like that. You can't really be calling out other people mothering skills, because technically you're still not there. You get what I'm saying? Especially if the husband be cheating around and stuff, you don't know who he be lying with instead of being with the kids. So Kanae got her on that one. Kanae got Annie real good on that one. So what I liked about their conversation, it didn't turn nasty. A lot of these reality shows, they would have started cussing each other out. Somebody would have walked down and be like, FUB, da 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 da. They still kind of kept it light, but they still threw shade at each other, because at one point, Kanae was like, I think you are a bad mother. Like, and none of them got mad to the point where they're like, fuck you. Da, da. You know how American VH1 reality shows and YouTube shows and stuff go. So that's what I liked about this docu-series so far and everything, because they still keep it light, but still bring us the drama and the entertainment, which I love. So after Kanae and her were said, after that, after I'm done with Annie, I need to meet the next woman in line, Zara. So we meet Zara. Zara is Diamond's baby mom, like main baby mom, whatever, that he was actually with. So Zara, right? We end up meeting her. You could tell she's a bleach queen too. You can't tell me she hasn't bleached. You can see it. Like, she's very light, but it's some points where it's like she looks lighter in some shades and lighting than others. So you could kind of tell she's like a bleach queen, in my opinion. But she just reminds me of one of them African women or whatever that I've seen around somewhere in Florida, or like she has some products that they sell in like a CVS and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, like she looks so familiar. When I say her, I was just like, I know her from somewhere. Like, I'm gonna do my research to kind of like dig deeper and find where, like, if she sell products or anything like that. But her face looked too familiar. Everybody, her face looked the most familiar. So of course she comes off as like judgmental. She's head African bitch. You can't tell her ish. You feel me? She knows it all. That's Mizara. So she was talking with Kanae, and she was just like, Kanae, you know, I didn't really favor you, because I thought that you and my man, I saw you and my ex-man bumping around in the club, dancing, twerking on my man, my ex-man. So Kanae is just like, in her confession, she's just like, of course I'm going to twerk for her ex-man. He gave the champagne, he put out the money. So guess what he gets in return? A twerk. I said, she would fit right in Miami. Like, this girl is set. Okay, she's television set, in my opinion. So I guess at one point they didn't really like each other, but I guess they got through it and started to get to know each other, and they saw that they have like a lot in common or whatever. On paper, they're the same person, in my opinion. They're two of the same people on paper. That's what I think. So after that, we get to Diamond's party. So this is the little Ray Big Night party, right? This is the Ray Big Night party. So the Ray Big Night party, everybody's getting there, whatever. And I love Swanky, because to me, he's mysterious. We still haven't gotten, mind you, I'm on the second episode. We still haven't gotten so deep into his storyline yet, to the point where we know a lot about him. But he's always making a grand entrance. He comes in with the grand entrance or whatever. He's just like, hi, everybody. He starts walking in and everything like that. Fashion game, of course, on point. African fashion game on point, like, on period. That's what I like about him. Like, he's mysterious. We don't know too much about him yet. And he's still serving the fashions. So, yeah. He ends up coming in or whatever. Of course, Annie starts to come in behind him. Annie's wearing, like, this little short dress or whatever, like showing her ass cheek, basically, like her ass is hanging out. But she didn't know that they were gonna be sitting on the floor. So she was just like, I wish somebody gave me a heads up because my dress is so short, you can see my navel. So she was really, really mad that the dress was so short because they didn't know they was gonna be sitting down or whatever. So everybody gets there, whatever, and then Zara ends up coming up. They give her this grand entrance. She went all white. It's a Arabian party, right? She went all white, the little gold thing down the headdress and everything like that, looking bomb. You feel me? So she ends up coming in. She sits down. She looks around, starts judging everybody. You already know Zara's the judgmental one. And then in her confessional, she's just like, "Oh, I see some of the girls there. I don't know anybody there besides Diamond and what's her name, and Zane. And I see some girls like Annie. She has a short dress. I can see her buttocks standing outside of her dress. If this was my party, I wouldn't have let you in." I said, "Oh my god, this bitch is bougie." Like I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's why this show is so good because we get to see the richness. It reminds me of Old Real Housewives. Y'all remember Old Real Housewives before everybody started getting rich, before everybody started getting famous, before everybody was famous, like before Nene got really, really popping and all these extra gigs. This is how it was. Like it was entertaining as hell. So she's judging everybody and everything. And mind you, Zara is Diamond's baby mom, whatever. They didn't know, Nadia didn't know that she was coming. So Nadia's just sitting there with her dreads. She's just like smoking a hookah. She's like, they didn't tell me in her confession. She's just like, I didn't know that Zara was going to come tonight. This is very awkward. Diamond did not give me a heads up. And just the other day, me and Diamond were car shopping. So this is very awkward that they're lovey-dovey and I'm looking at them in the face. Because the whole time when Zara comes, he's just like, "Oh, Diamond, you look so good." And the Diamond's like, "You look good too. You look very good. You look very good. You look angelic." And Andeli's over here slobbering over Zara. He's just like, "She looked like she was dropped from the heavens. She looks angelic." Y'all know African men, they love them some light skinned women. You know what I mean? That are pretty, blonde hair, all that. So, poof, that was like his dream girl. So, Annie man during the party ends up calling uh her on FaceTime. So Annie, you already know the moment he calls, he's like, "That is my baby. Oh my god, that is my baby. That is my baby. It's my man. It's my man. Look around, look around." Starts passing it around. And then her man starts asking for Zara. He's just like, "Where is Zara? Where is Zara?" Like on FaceTime. So I already know Annie felt some type of way about that because Annie's just like, "Why is my man asking for you, Zara?" So Zara gets on FaceTime with him. He's just like, "Oh, it is me, Zara. How are you, Two-Face? You good?" And then Two-Face is like, "Oh, that is Zara. Look at her, so pretty. Look at her," like admiring her and everything. You could tell Annie was starting to feel some type of way because he already cheated on her before, so she already has that instant insecurity. But Zara seems like the bougie type that wouldn't give it up to nobody, in my opinion. So I don't think Annie has to worry about that. So of course that made her feel some type of way. And Zara picked it too, because she was just like, "I think Annie has a little bit of insecurity that I know her man. Because the whole time that he was asking for me on FaceTime, I can see the side eyes and the mean looks at my direction." So yeah, Annie was feeling some type of way about that. But like I said, Zara doesn't seem like the type to give it up quick anyways. So after that happened, we see Zara and Diamond finally talk it out. And Zara's basically like, "You left me. After we got in a serious committed relationship, you left me. You were supposed to be the man of the household, okay? You were supposed to be the one that was supposed to guide me. You was supposed to be the one that was supposed to instruct me on how I look, on what I do, on the further next steps to take." Because I guess when he stepped out and cheated or whatever, the media started attacking her and all that type of stuff, and he kind of basically abandoned her and never really told her how to like move on from that and everything like that. So I think that's the point where Diamond kind of woke him up like, "Damn, like I feel some type of way because here's this woman or whatever, everybody's fawning over her, and I kind of messed up dealing and dibbling and dabbling with other women." And during this whole thing, we see Nadia and Andale talking, and Nadia was just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he just did this and just lied to me like that. I didn't know that him and Zara was such on good terms, that him and Zara were so lovey-dovey like that." And then Andale was just like, "This 4-week relationship, and you think that it was supposed to be all committed and serious, and then she was just like, yeah, but I always get myself in these type of situations. So she feels like she's always probably being like the second woman or whatever. And then we just block out the point that Vic Mensa is still technically her man. Like, we're not going deep into that. Is he gonna come down to South Africa and film a couple of scenes? Like, I'm looking forward to see that in the upcoming episodes, y'all. Like, I want to see Vic and some of the stuff he has to say, and I want to see what he has to say about Diamond, because, like I said, he probably doesn't hold a candle next to Diamond's money weight. So yeah, let me know what y'all thought about the second episode. Like I said, I love this series. I'm going to continue finishing this series. I think it's only 7 episodes, if I'm not mistaken, or they just uploaded 7 episodes. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and leave your comments down below.